How can you say what's on your heart and mind without being self-centered? What would an example of this be? Is it like stating the facts without feeling sorry for yourself, complaining, etc.? Now, this is a great question. Because when we just tell it straight, like, well, let me just get in touch with my feelings and tell you what I really think, like, you can almost guarantee that something pretty dark is going to come out. You know, you've captured it well. Is it complaining, grumbling, making a judgment of somebody, moaning and groaning about what's going on in my life? And obviously, that's what this whole article is designed to undo that. But let me make a little distinction in this in terms of what you've asked. It's not like just stating the facts. You know, the kind of honesty God wants is not matter of fact, just the facts, ma'am, kind of thing. It's the difference between stating the facts with insane self-absorption, controlling what I say, and stating the facts with an awareness of who God is. And so you think, for example, right back to the very beginning of your syllabus in the distance ed class, Dynamics of Biblical Change. And right off the bat, I give you the contrast between Psalm 23, straight, and then the anti-Psalm 23. Now, Psalm 23 is very self-centered, you might say. It's saying what he really thinks. It's got, every single line has I, me, or mine in it. And so the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures, and so forth. It's me, 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 me all the way through. But then when you read the anti-psalm, death is my shepherd, I'm on my own, no one looks out for me or protects me. It's me, 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 but what's the difference? And the difference is, who else is on scene? So the kind of honesty that sentence you quote is referring to is an honesty that is actually able to be very straight about problems. You know, Psalm 23 is far from the most passionate, heart-on-your-sleeve psalm, and yet he talks about walking through the valley of the shadow of death. He talks about enemies. He talks about evils that could threaten him and undo him and hurt him, and by implication, you can talk in a Psalm 23 way about the hard things you're facing. And yet what makes Psalm 23 such a rich, resonant picture of faith, whereas that anti-psalm is such a picture of death by self-centeredness? And it's really the place that God plays in the honesty. And that really is the point of that entire Psalm 119 article, and which I think is capturing what the psalm itself is, that everything, the entire rules of the game about honesty change when God is in view. And it doesn't mean you don't deal straight. You deal, in fact, more straight. You deal more honestly with yourself and more honestly and candidly about what your struggles are, what you're facing, externally too, as well as internally, because of who God is. It's that He's that extra ingredient that rewrites all the rules.